What used to be a run-down factory in Salt River, Cape Town, is today the city's first artisanal distillery. Before we met the unconventional distillers, mixologist Brent Paramore explained this revolution in gin.
As I understand it, you've got about 2 decades of mixology behind you. What exactly is a mixologist?
Well, basically a mixologist, the term was coined in the 19th century for a guy that has a proficiency in mixing good drinks. I prefer the term bartender, nothing special, just a guy making great drinks, and that's what I love to do.
Well, we're exploring the upswing of the gin trend locally. Why do you think South Africans love gin so much?
Gin, it's an amazing spirit. It's got such a vibrant history about it, you know. And now that it's hit the shores of Cape Town, a lot more people are experimenting with different flavors and a lot of local botanicals that you find, because Cape Town is one of the largest floral kingdoms in the world, so there's lots to play around with.
This venture is the brainchild of lawyers Lucy Beard and Lee Lisk, who wanted a new challenge.
Well, this is an artisanal distillery. What exactly does that mean?
So an artisan is someone who does something by hand. We are slightly different and unique in that we make some of our gins from scratch ourselves, from malted barley, which we get from Caledon. It's a true process from start to finish, done right here in this building. We're doing everything ourselves. We're cooking, fermenting, triple distilling, and then distilling the gin. We hand labeling, hand bottling, and filling bottles with our passion.
When Lucy and her partner Lee quit law, they headed to Spain on holiday, discovered the Spanish passion for gin, and downloaded a book on distilling.
Okay, so this side of the distillery is generally for the making of the spirit. So we use that both as a still and a mash tun. And these 4 are all fermentation tanks, so where we ferment our barley. And this is the real workhorse of the distillery. She's called Mildred, named after Lee's Irish grandmother. At the moment she's working, that's why I'm not touching her, she's really hot. And she's got botanicals both in the liquid and in vapor baskets through which the alcohol vapor sort of steams through and strips the botanicals of the flavors and the oils. And then we've got Maud, who is named after my Irish grandmother. She is responsible for really purifying the spirit. So again, just use on the hope side of things, where we're making the base spirit. So this is what takes it up from being what would be a whiskey to a vodka, so high strength spirit. And then I'll take you over to our small bottling plant, where we do all the bottling by hand, and you'll see here's Simone.
Simone, hi. I see you wearing pink for the occasion.
I certainly am. It's all about pink.
You pioneered the pink gin trend in South Africa. Where did your journey with gin begin?
I listened to my grandfather's stories as I was growing up and his time that he spent in Africa. And he arrived in 1947 and travelled all over Africa. And we looked at his journey and tracked some of the beautiful botanicals that we could find on that journey. And we've taken those plants that exist in all these places and we've put it in a gin bottle. And really telling our story through the gin, and the flavours and the aromas that come out of the gin are a reflection of that story.
Well, I'm not sure if you guys agree, but I think a very good next step here would be perhaps, you know, just like a tasting. I think a tasting is a good... Do you guys...
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do you mind if we...
Absolutely. I've got some right here. So the Musgrave, you'll pick up the distinct rose flavour with that beautiful back note of rose water, but with all the power and the spice and the pepper of which is our brand story, and that we tell this through the gin in the bottle.
Okay, let's get to it. There we go.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Spicy.
That's a thing of beauty.
Simone, how would you suggest to serve this?
I love it just on the rocks. There's so much complex flavours in here that it doesn't need much else. So on the rocks, a splash of soda and you're good to go.
I can see how that would work because it's really great just like that on its own. But if you were to mix, what would you suggest?
Well, a classic G&T always works well, and the Musgrave Pink is a beautiful G&T, a simple garnish of pink peppercorns, sprig of thyme, and it's absolutely delicious G&T.
Where whiskey can take 12 years to mature, a new gin can be made in 24 hours. It's still very much a science, and Simon von Fit's micro distillery is built on his experience producing liqueurs.
The offering here is full circle as well, because you have a distillery in the back and then you retail and you serve here.
Yeah, we do absolutely everything here. We crush the botanicals here, we put them in the machine, we start off stripping the beer and the wine, then we move that into the bigger machine, and we bottle, filter, and then serve it and sell the bottles here. So full circle, everything's covered here.
While juniper berries come standard, here you can get a gin infused with rooibos, buchu or honeybush. To a mixologist, it's like painting with colors never seen before.
Simon, you have a variety of infusions. Which would you say are the most popular with locals?
I'd say our wine distills made from the Chenin Blanc, the grape inception. It goes really nicely with green apple, cucumber, otherwise just a slice of grapefruit. Very nice.
I must say, that looks delicious, Brent. What have you done here?
Basically what we have here is a twist on a bramble, made famous by the famous Dick Bradsell, who unfortunately passed away last year. So I've used the Inception Woodstock gin to a lemon and lime verbena cordial, and I've added a little bit of their homemade blackberry liqueur. As you may have noticed, I've used glass straws over there. We're starting a movement in Cape Town called Refuse the Straw, because there's a lot of straw pollution going into our oceans, so we're trying to reuse glass straws.
I think it's absolutely amazing. He's really done justice to my gin.
You certainly have. What can I say? It tastes like one that smaaks with Africa, the famous.
Winning international awards, creating jobs and bringing in foreign currency. A welcome cocktail.